Hi folks, it's Richard from Inclusive Driving. What happens if you are verbally abusive or physically abusive towards a driving examiner? We've got an example here. This is a photo that I found on Facebook. I can't 100% verify it, but I've had a learner in a similar situation where they had to be accompanied by 2 driving examiners. And I know the kind of language that the DVSA use when they're writing to people. So I am pretty certain that this is a genuine letter. Let's read it.
You attended Anytown Test Centre on the 31st of February 2025. I have received a report from the local driving test manager which states that you displayed serious, unacceptable behaviour in that you used highly offensive language when swearing at your examiner at the end of the test. DVSA have a zero tolerance approach to abuse of our staff. Due to your behaviour, you will have to take future tests at a different test centre. You will not be able to book or change any future appointments using our internet booking service and must instead contact our customer support line on 0300 200 1122. This is because we need to check the availability of a senior examiner who will accompany any future test. You should be aware that if you attempt to attend for a test without meeting the conditions noted above and below, your test will not proceed and you will lose your fee. During future tests, you will have to provide a suitable 4-door car fitted with dual controls. DVSA may make use of body-worn recording devices during your test. The assessment of your driving will remain with the examiner conducting the test. If you reach the required standard, you will pass. I will retain a copy of the report for 4 years in accordance with our data retention policy. I trust there will be no repeat of such unacceptable behaviour from you in the future.
Now, of course, if you don't pass a driving test, it's natural that you're going to be upset. We can't, though, condone physical aggression, abuse, or even verbal abuse towards an examiner or a driving instructor that's sitting in the back of the car. If this happens, it will be considered a breach of health and safety. The examiner will fill out a form known as HS1, Health and Safety 1. This will be reported to their manager, the driving test centre manager, who will notify DVSA head office, and a booking review marker will be placed on the candidate's record. This means that for any future test, the candidate will need to have 2 examiners present. The examiner that sits in the front of the car will be the one that is conducting the driving test and deciding if you pass or fail that test. There will be a second examiner, probably a senior examiner, such as the driving test centre manager. They will be sitting in the back. Now, for their safety, they will insist that the car you use for your driving test is dual control, so the examiner in the front is able to control the brake if they need to. They will also insist that it is a 4-door car, so that the examiner in the back of the car can get out without needing people in the front seats to get out first. They'll also check that the child locks are not on the back door, again, so that the examiner in the back can exit the vehicle if there is the slightest hint of aggression towards them. Anybody watching this video, I know I'm not talking to you, okay, but I just thought it would be interesting to have a discussion about what would happen if you were threatening in some way to a driving examiner who failed you. Well, that's all for now, and I'll see you on another video very soon.